So, good afternoon, everybody. So, the last class, we talked about the two truths according to the Vipassana school. After that, when we talk about contaminated and uncontaminated phenomena. So, when it say contaminated and uncontaminated, we need to think in two different ways. The external phenomena, the form and sound, they are contaminated phenomena because when somebody look at them, and certainly they arise the negative things and emotion to the person. Also the internal mind and mental factors, also contaminated phenomena. It can be two different ways, can increase the negative thoughts. One, if somebody focus to your attachment, your desire, it can increase negative thoughts and emotion others. Also, within your attachment can be increased as a more strong, attachment. The anger become more stronger due to, functioning together with the ignorance. So the external phenomena always arising negative emotion when somebody focuses them. The internal world, minds and mental factor, bodhicitta, the great compassion also increase in somebody focus them. Also it increase due to the ignorance. Then we talk about two, like a contaminated and uncontaminated. Then next we talk about then according to in this school, except the true path, the rest of the all compounded phenomena are abandoned, right? Abandoned, correct? Abandoned. Abandoned. It doesn't matter, even the bodhicitta, great compassion, accumulation path, preparation path, all of them, be abandoned. Abandoned. Except the true path. When we say the true path, the path which is comprehend Four Noble Truth directly, then we call the true path. So now we are page number in the English book. I think page number 190. Right? The power of seeing is completely uncontaminated because it comprehends the Four Noble Truths directly. The power of seeing consists only for direct contemplation of the Four Truths and occur only in one meditative session. So according to this school, the seeing path always occur on the meditative session. They always have to be, only, the seeing path always be mindfulness with the Four Noble Truths. For example, there's a 5 paths. First, accumulation path. Second is a preparation path. When somebody reach, the preparation path, the next maybe a few months, few years, maybe after a few lives, when somebody, the first time when they reached to the seeing path, they have to reach through meditation session, through meditative session. And then, the person can be, remains on the meditation session maybe few weeks or few months continuously. When they awake from the meditation state, then they just reach to the meditation path. Okay, they have to transform through meditation to meditation session. So part of meditations and part of normal learning both have instant of contaminated and uncontaminated parts. So according to this school, within the 5 parts, the same part necessary to be uncontaminated parts. The next 2 parts, meditation parts and normal learning parts, has a 2 category. Contaminated, can be contaminated, can be uncontaminated. For example, the Arya, the people who already reached to the meditation path, sometimes they just focus to the 4 Noble Truths. When they meditate on only 4 Noble Truths, that moment the meditation path is uncontaminated path. Sometimes, the practitioner, when they practice, we call the worldly paths. That moment, the practitioner focus on, the desire realm is very rough, no peaceful, and then form and formless realm is very peaceful, more than happy. And this moment they contemplate with the desire realm and the form and formless realm. That moment they focus on the desire realm and focus to the form realm and the formless realm. That moment, that path is contaminated, not uncontaminated. Same, normal learning path is the same. When they focus through the 4 Noble Truths, and that moment, the path is uncontaminated. Even though the easy way is think, when the Arya who already reach to the meditation path, and that moment when they practice great compassion, develop great compassion, that moment the practitioner focus to where? Focus to whom? Sentient beings. Right? And that moment, that part is meditation part, but not uncontaminated part. When they focus to the 4 Noble Truths, at that moment the path is uncontaminated. Even though the same, the normal learning path, when they focus to sentient being, and that moment the path is path as well as the path is contaminated path.
Why?
Because that moment the object of sentient being is contaminated as well as the object of sentient beings. They perceive the sentient being directly, but within the when they focus to sentient beings, the minds have just perceived the sentient being, and when they focus to the 4 Noble Truths, for example, they focus on path, cessation. That moment, they're just not perceiving the gross level of suffering, gross level of the emotion. They focus very subtle level of suffering, subtle level of source cause of suffering. So each time when they perceive the 4 Noble Truths, directly, and that just their core is uncontaminated, because that moment they focus to them, but they not increase, a negative emotion and thoughts. But the normal learning, the people who reach to the normal learning path, he or she doesn't have a negative emotion thoughts. They already, eliminate. But there's a still, chance to arise all the negative thoughts and emotions. According to this school, there's a chance.
Sorry. According to this school, you means that in this school, they know that they will have contaminated and uncontaminated. So are we looking at Vaibhashika and say that with the definition as such, when you reach the path of no more learning, you will still have the chance that negative emotions arise?
Re-arising.
So the point over here is we are looking from there to them, or they are claiming that they know that the Vaibhashika school know that even at the parts of no more learning, they will still that. So they are aware of that, or they are not aware of that?
They are aware of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is, one of the unique point of view. So when we think generally, is somebody reach to the arhat, state, then we think, they know the person doesn't have any chance to re-arise the negative thoughts and emotion. They always stay kind of that state. But this school, even though someone already reached to the no more learning path, but there's a chance to re-arise to negative thoughts as well as attachment and desire. That's why all of the school except there are two different types of cessation. Two different types of cessation, within the Four Noble Truth, cessation, within the cessation, there are two types. So there's one, for an example, there's a thief in your home. You kick out the thief, right? Thief who stole. Thief. For example, there's a thief in your home, in your room, and somehow because you are very strong, you are really brave, so you kick out the thief from your room, your house, but you didn't lock. You just kick out, you close the door, but you didn't lock the door. That means there's a chance the thief will again come back. This is look like one of the cessation. Another one, you kick out the thief from your room and you locked. There is no chance he will, the thief will come back again. So even though the practitioner who eliminate all the negative emotions, they just eliminate, but not really stay, not really sure. There are no more, not re-arise again.
Recurrence.
Yeah, occur.
Recurrence.
Recurrent or re-arise. That's why within the uncontaminated phenomena there are three, right? One is from the impermanent side, the two parts, and from the permanent side there's true cessation. So the true cessation, I think, so we can learn when we reach to the higher school. So Sonam raised a good question. Why, even though the practitioner who reach no more learning state, when they focus to sentient being, why, there's why the path is contaminated? Because that moment, the practitioner already eliminate all the negative emotion. Still, why, that part is contaminated? That part still has chance. If you just practice only great compassion, then there's a chance, re-arise. You use different term, re-arise,
It's not recur, right?
Recome back,
Does it mean that the object of meditation will cause the path to be true path or contaminated path?
Sorry?
For example, in the path of normal learning, if he contemplates on Four Noble Truths,
Yeah.
Noble Truths,
Yeah.
it becomes uncontaminated
Yeah.
path.
Yeah.
If he contemplates on sentient beings,
Sentient
it
beings
becomes contaminated.
contaminated.
So
That's
the
mean-
object of meditation.
Oh, same. But there's a kind of doubtful when the contaminated part and uncontaminated part is like one continuum or two different parts. So in this school, there's no clear explanation. There's no clear instruction. For example, first moment when the parts contemplate with the Four Noble Truths, that moment the part is uncontaminated part. At the second moment, there's a part on just continuously, okay? Second moment, when the parts focus to contemplate with the sentient being, that the parts became uncontaminated or not. There's a doubt. The two parts is separate or just one mind.
One continuum.
Continuum. Even though within based on our experience, for us so difficult to feel, or the first moment you focus to beautiful object, that moment the attachment is arising. The second moment when you look at the ugliest object, that moment the kind of angry or kind of angry or something arising, right? But the first mind and the second mind is just one continuum or two different minds. This is very doubtful. There's no clear explanation, and there's no really clear kind of standard say, oh, this totally separate, total one is. I mentioned, within the Tibetan monastic, school, there are two different views. Somebody said that the mind is always same continuum. Somebody said no, there's many different minds, sets of minds. The next one, so paths of meditation and paths of no more learning both have instant of contaminated and uncontaminated paths. So the next one, all superior paths are necessarily uncontaminated, but the paths in the continuum of superior are not necessarily uncontaminated. That's when they are saying the superior path are necessarily what? Uncontaminated, but the paths in the continuum of superior, this is not really, the translation is correct. We have to say the superior paths are necessarily to be uncontaminated paths. The paths which is the Arhat has, because Arhat has two different paths. One is superior, one is not superior. The path which is not superior, these are the paths of the Arya, but not superior paths. For example, usually when we say, somebody has always bad thought, always has a bad thought towards other, they always has a bad motivation, very bad mind. But what we call, he has a evil.
Ill will.
Evil, like
Ill will.
Evil.
evil. Yeah.
Evil.
Evil, like ghost kind of evil.
Evil.
Yeah, evil mind. And somebody has a very always pure and gentle and honesty mind, then we call, he has a Bodhisattva mind. He has a Buddha mind. It doesn't mean his mind is Buddha mind. It doesn't mean the person has always had a bad mind. It doesn't mean the mind is belong to the evil. That's the same, the person is Arya who reach already reached to the seeing path, meditation path, and no more learning path. That's why we call the path, that person is Arya. But within his path, we can divide in two paths. One is the pure superior path, which is contemplate with the Four Noble Truth. This is the superior path. The other path, contemplate with the sentient being, contemplate with the worldly path. Then this is a no superior. Why not? Why the path is not superior? Because the part which is contemplate with the sentient being, the part which is play with the worldly part, this is kind of the common parts of Buddhists and non-Buddhists. So here they mention,
So Geshe, in this statement, it means that in Great Exposition School, they recognize that there's two paths, the conventional path and the superior path, and the persons that on the path. So superior path is uncontaminated. A person that on superior path, when he's on superior path, is uncontaminated. But in the practitioner, it is walking two paths, conventional and superior, alternatively or at the same time.
Not same time.
Not at the same time. So it's
alternatively.
Okay. So it's the path itself that determines is it contaminated or non-contaminated, but not the persons that is walking on the path. So the Arya, when he is on superior path, so the path that he's on, is uncontaminated. When it is on the conventional path, then it is a contaminated path. So it is the path itself, not the persons that are on the path, that determine is it contaminated or not.
No. The Arya sometimes can be on the uncontaminated path. The Arha sometimes on the contaminated path. When the Arya on the contaminated path, that moment the Arya contemplate with the uncontaminated phenomena. Contaminated phenomena. When the Arya on the superior path, that moment the Arya contemplate with the uncontaminated phenomena. This means sometimes the Arya meditate on the Four Noble Truths. Sometimes the Arya meditate on the great compassion. Sometimes the Arya, contemplate with the worldly paths. What do you know? What does mean worldly paths? Worldly paths. World and worldly paths, right? Do you know the meaning?
Can you elaborate?
Yeah. Worldly paths mean, it doesn't matter how long you could practice. Finally, you're going to reach, the higher level of the meditation state, but you are not able to overcome from the samsara. You still, born in the samsara. This we call worldly paths. And other paths we call, beyond the worldly path. Because if you contemplate with that particular path, then finally you able to overcome from the samsara. This we call worldly paths and beyond the worldly paths.
So the contemplations of great compassion, is it worldly or superior?
Worldly.
It's a worldly path.
Yeah.
So great compassion is a worldly path.
Paths.
Across the school or only to Vaibhashika school?
Only the Vaibhashika is a little bit from the Sutantatika.
Okay.
Other in the school they don't claim accept this kind of thing. Also, Zukam comes. Even though, so one is big difference between Buddhist and non-Buddhist. Buddhist and non-Buddhist both, able to practice, shamatha. Shamatha, not in the Shamatha, Jine. What's the next one? Shamatha and
Vipassana.
yeah, Vipassana and Shamatha, right?
Yeah.
So Vipassana is Jine. Buddhist and non-Buddhist both can practice, Vipassana, not the Shamatha. Calm abiding, right? Both able to practice the calm abiding, not the insight. So this is a big difference. That's why Tsongkhapa said, doesn't matter the non-Buddhist, doesn't matter the non-Buddhist how long they can contemplation, they can practice to that worldly paths. Finally, you will born again in the samsara again and again. The person who practice karma bonding and special insight, finally they will overcome from the samsara. That's why we call worldly paths, beyond the worldly paths. All superior paths are necessarily uncontaminated, but the path is the continuum of. This is, I think, little mistake for in the translation. We should say all superior paths are necessarily uncontaminated, but the path which is exists in the area is not necessarily uncontaminated paths. It's the continuum, right? Continuum of the superior path, superior are not necessarily uncontaminated. That means, just according to this translation, they're talking about the superior and the non-superior path is one continuum, but not like this.
No. The superior, I think, is referred to an Arya.
Yeah.
So continuum of the superior means Arya itself. In this sentence, what it means is this. So a superior path, so the superior is describing the path, the first one, uncontaminated. But the path then it has start in the continuum of superior. That means the continuum of superior itself is Arya itself. Continuum of the superior is an Arya itself that is working on the path.
So what does mean, in the path continuum of superior?
But the path in the continuum of superior. So continuum of superior is one object.
The meaning, what does mean the path in the continuum of superior?
I mean, the continuum of superiors that is walking the path. So the path that the continuum of superiors in is not necessarily uncontaminated.
That's why the continuum, in the continuum of path is still talking about the path, right?
No.
It's talking about person.
The mind of the superior being.
Oh, yeah.
That's why Arya is the person, right? Arya is the person.
So continuum here is referring to the continuum of an Arya. The word that he used, continuums of superior, it refers to Arya.
Okay, Arya. Yeah.
Arya.
Yeah.
The Arhat.
Mm-hmm.
His continuums. So by referring to Arya, it is indirectly saying, Arya and continuum of Arya. I think he used interchangeably in this context, in this sentence. So he's trying to say that superior path is uncontaminated. So continuum of superior equivalent to Arya. That is on the path. It is not uncontaminated.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, this is
it's the English.
Yeah, English. But
also, he's got a lowercase superior for the path, but
Yes.
uppercase for the area, the superior.
Yeah. Anyway, then for example, the path which is contemplate with the sentient being. For example, the great compassion is also path, right? Great compassion is the path, but it is not superior path. But it is exists with the Arya. It's look like this. This is because of path. This is they are not necessarily uncontaminated. This is because a path that is in the continuum of one on the path of the meditation and has the aspect of the reflecting on the the peacefulness. This is talking about the worldly path. Peacefulness. Then and the courses, right? Lobsang, Geshe.
I have no idea what this is. Coarseness.
Oh yeah. I understand. Courses like a Shila. Jira. The Arha has a path which is contemplate, which is the Arha has a particular path which is
Grosser.
they're looking the desire realm is very gross. Then form and formless realm is more peaceful. It's comparating. For example, if I have a strong desire towards the worldly things, then I need to visualize there's a form realm and formless realm. The formless realm object is more beautiful than the desired realm has. When I look at the object, then I say, yes, these all phenomena is very kind of gross, no fine. And form and formless as the many objects, they are more fine than the desired object. Shiva. This is why cross is like the mind is comparing two objects: object of the desired realm, object of the form and formless upper realms. So this kind of path, generating the talking about generating the absorption in the mundane form.
Mundane.
Yeah, mundane, like the mundane or the like a worldly similar, right?
Yes.
Mundane, not worldly, mundane, yeah.
Mundane is worldly.
So here what you need to keep in your mind, only the superior path is uncontaminated path. The rest of the paths, doesn't matter the path which is contemplated with the sentient being, doesn't matter the paths contemplated with the gross and fineness, all of them include into contaminated paths. Aspect of the reflecting on the peacefulness mean the higher level, that means the desire and form and formless realm is the more peaceful. The desire realm is very grossness like a gross level. And in the case of generating the 8 observation in their mundane form, the 8 observation is also very important.
What are the 8?
So 8, I think here. I think I saw somewhere here. I saw there's some chart, right?
2 and 3?
No, not true. Okay, so I can show you the next time the edge was notation. For example, within the form realm, there are 4 different levels, and within the formless realm, there are 4 different levels. So now,
Yes.
look at. Within the form realm, there are 4 different levels. Within the formless, there's a 4 different levels. That means the edge.
Yes.
So, the people who really want to overcome the gross level of suffering, first they have to differentiate between the desire and the form and formless realm. The desire realm is very gross, the love is very short, and the form and form realm, the love is more longer than this one. The differentiate. Then within the formless, there's a 4 different levels. So that means the end is, we can pose it according to how they focus. So end.
Page 213 has a very gross chart in that.
213.
Yes.
213. True.
Not much of explanation. First concentration, second, third, and fourth. But the formless, it has a more descriptive infinite space, infinite consciousness.
Yes.
Nothingness, peak of cyclic existence.
Stick of stick of what?
Peak of
Peak of
cyclic existence.
existence. That's mean look at the peak of cyclic existence is the higher kind of the state of the samsara, the higher state. Even though the non-Buddhist practitioner, they can reach the higher peak of the samsara, higher peak, able to practice, but they're not able to,
Break away.
eliminate the root of the ignorance, root of the negative emotion. Then that's why after 100 or 1,000 years or million years, then after they pass away, after the death, they will born again in desire or form of formless.
Sorry, Geshe, you said, what's that? Root of negative emotion. So all these things is all about negative emotion, nothing about ignorance here.
No.
So regardless of desire, form or formless, the concentrations, meditations, or the path is only to eliminate negative emotion, nothing about ignorance. Okay.
Yeah. So the next we should move to the which one?
Topic.
192, right?
Yeah.
That's the topic. The 3 time, yeah. So we talk about 3 time. According to this school, 3 times are thing. They are impermanent. So why the 3 time is the thing? The 3 time past, present, and future object are said to be substantial entity, because the proponent of the great exposition maintain that the pot exists even in the time of the past of the pot, and that pot exists even at the time of the future of the pot. So you mentioned why time are impermanent. So when we talk about time, we must talk about related to the something. That's why we can say the future of the table, past of the table, past of the pot, future of the pot. So the past of the pot exists in the past, and the future of the pot also exists in the future. So you really need to keep your mind. There's a big differences between the great exposure school and the consequence school. That when you say that the past of the pot, how do you think in your mind? Past of the pot, future of the pot. How do you
Perceive.
perceive in your mind?
Yeah, how do you perceive?
Your mind. Part of the past, let's say the table, past of the table, future of the table. How you can posit the past of the pot?
Just one moment before the present.
Yeah.
One moment.
Just one moment before this person, the table is past of the particular table, right? How this table exists past of this table. How this table exists moment of the future of this table. It's very simple way they're saying this table now we are looking at, we are watching, we are looking. This table was, we can say, exists yesterday. For example, this table was yesterday was piece of woods. It was exist yesterday because yesterday it was a piece of wood. That's why it was yesterday there. We saw it. And somebody cut, somebody made a shape, finally it became table. That's why it exists yesterday as a piece of wood. Also, it will exist tomorrow. For example, future. For example, somebody burned this table, then you can see there's a ashish. That moment, they say, yes, this table is here, because now it is ashed.
In the form of ash.
Ash. That's why this is very, very, I say, very ordinary way of thinking. That's why in the future, of course, present is the thing. 3 times, past, present, and the future object are assessed to the substantial existence because the proponent of the great exposition maintained that the past exists even at the time of the past of the pot, and the pot exists even at the time of the future of the pot. So, according to this school, the pot, this table, the past of the table and the future of the table is different. But according to the consequences school, then when they say the future of the table is kind of characteristic of the table, kind of characteristic or kind of quality, particular quality of this table. Also, past of the table, also in a particular, quality of this table. There's no
Of this table.
Of this table. So that's why according to the consequence school, they accept the future of the table, the past of the table are impermanent.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You say, what is school?
Consequence.
Prasangika.
Yeah, Prasangika. Within the both Madhavika, according to Madhya Maga school, the 3 times future, past are impermanent. So when you study about consequence, I think then you can have a kind of idea of the differences between the two views. Although they accept the both negative phenomena and positive phenomena exist, they do not accept the existence of non-affirming negative because they accept that all negative are necessarily affirming negatives. Okay, here negative, the positive doesn't mean like a good and bad.
Yeah.
Negative and positive.
How can a negative?
Negative, you negate.
Yeah.
You negate something that they call negative.
But when you negate something, how can it be affirmed? How can it be definitely affirmative?
So according to school, first we should learn the differences between negative phenomena and affirmative,
Affirmative.
negative was
Affirmative means you imply or something. So negative is to negate. So when you negate something and you imply something.
So when we see the negative phenomena, okay, if I said in front of you, the Brahmin, so for example, particular when we say that Mr. Wang doesn't drink alcohol. I just said Mr. Wang is the person. I said he, doesn't drink alcohol. In your mind, just negate the drink alcohol with the Mr. Wang. Just negate. This doesn't say he's not drinking alcohol, but he's drinking tea. He's not saying, right? Just not drink alcohol means they just negate, stop drinking alcohol. In your mind, you just understand, yes, oh, he doesn't drink alcohol. Just stop drinking. That's why, generally, emptiness is included into the negative phenomena. When I say the cup is not exist inherently, I'm not saying it's not exist inherently, but I'm not saying it exists different way. You just stop. The things are exist inherently. So this is what we call the negative. The affirmative. Then I said, Mr. Wang, don't eat the fatty. The fatty Mr. Wang, doesn't eat during the day. What do you understand? Still eat in the night. Right? This means negative or affirmative is just depends on how you understand at that moment. So this is very famous, illustration in Tibetan texts. An example. Two people are coming from some distance. Then we show one is the high res, like a king can rest, right? Lower res, caste. Higher caste and lower caste. We show one is the higher caste, one is the lower caste. Then somebody introduce you for the left one higher caste, that you certainly understand other one is the lower caste. Right? So the negative means you need to negate something on the particular object, and then there's not any other kind of
nothing that you affirm or suggest or
yeah,
imply.
that's why the negative, But I'm not sure why, according to this school, all the all the negative are necessarily affirming negative. Yeah, affirming negative, right? Negatives.
Yeah.
So this is also one of the unique view from this school. So now you can look at when we say cup, there's nothing negate, right? Nothing negate, nothing really affirming. When I say existent cup, when I say existent cup, what is negate? Is negate non-existent, negate. That's why the cup is not negative negative phenomena, nor affirming negative. It's just thing. So that's why the cup is impermanent. You can perceive the cup is through your naked eyes. The existent cup is beyond, the existent cup is beyond from your five senses. You can see the cups here. When I say the existent cup, mean then is go in the the conceptual level. When it's the cup, it's just you can see. When you say oh the cup is good, the cup is bad, it's nothing to do with the five senses. It's go beyond the five senses. It's go to the conceptual level, because the five senses is just ability to comprehend, perceive the object. It doesn't have ability to make a judgment. So that's why cup is impermanent. Existent cup is permanent.
Existence of the cup is permanent.
Permanent. Cup is impermanent. So because existing cup, everything is had to be posed by the conceptual mind. Okay, negative and okay, this is two very unique perception, very unique view. So they talk about negative. They do not accept the exist of the non-affirming negative and affirming negative, right? So my pronunciation is really bad, so sorry. The next we move another one, the Kashmiri Parpon. So within the Vipassika, how many schools are there? There are 3 schools, right? Kashmiri and Magadha, and another one, Kashmiri, Magadha, I think I'm in English. Definition, a sub-school, Kashmiris, Aprathantikas, and the Magadha. Within the 3 schools, the Kashmiri proponent of the Great Explosion asset, with the proponent of Sutra as well as the proponent Sutra in asserting that the continuum of consciousness is the basis that connect action with their effect. So here, we talk about karma, we talk about action. Then look at when we pass away, when we dead. So our body remains here. So actually the karma, who carries the karma from here to next life? How this karma and the result, karma and the result effect, how is connect? So we accumulate karma this life. So we're going to explain the result of this karma next life. How is connect? Who is who really connecting this karma and the result of this karma? This karma going to repent maybe after 10 years or millions of years. How you connect? This school, this is why the Kashmir school said, the continuum of consciousness is the base, like kind of the foundation. They connect action with their effect. Right? Very easy to understand, right? So according to this school, which is the base, like foundation, which is connects action and with their effect, the continuum of consciousness. According to this school, the continuum of consciousness is the person, according to the Kashmiri school. And as well as the sutra, proponent of sutra, Swadhyanta and the Kashmiri school accept the continuum of the consciousness is the base of action and their effect. And rest of the other two schools, all proponent of the great explosion except Kashmiri accept that the composition phenomena that is neither form nor consciousness is the base that connect action with their fruits. The composition, the five aggregates, a composition of five aggregates. I hope the composition of five. So, yeah, in the modern model, they did top of the pruning you on young that should the million killing. Yeah, sorry, this I think I explained in the wrong way that the compositional phenomenon that is neither form nor consciousness. In the base that connect action with the fruit. This is unobstinate and the non-vestige, which is link, which is like a seal. So here this saying, for example, somebody borrow something from you. Somebody borrow money or thing or clothes or something, somebody borrows something from you and he take the things and he use it. So between you and the people who borrow something from you, what you always you do is kind of agreement on the paper. You sign or you seal, okay, I borrow $100 from you, just written and the seal. So you get the money to the person. The person money spends somewhere. What is the things left? The agreement. So they say you accumulate action. It look like you borrow money from someone. After one moment, the action decay. No more exists there. What you live is just in your mind. So this is the composition. But this is how it comes composition. Here only they said so actually the actual text they say it is look like the agreement between the borrower and the lender, between their agreements. This means just the lip imprint in the mind. The imprint is not consciousness, neither form. It is the composition phenomena, right?
Yes.
So we have three things right within the impermanence, form, consciousness, compositional phenomena. So according to this school, the imprint of the action, positive or negative doesn't matter. The imprint of the action be compositional phenomena, neither form nor consciousness. So the next two schools, there's no clear, right, which is the basis. They're not they're talking, there's the consciousness, but not only the consciousness, but within the consciousness, there's kind of, within the consciousness, there's a kind of potential, like a potential which is lit by the action. So, tell about from your point of view, when we say, okay, this morning I accumulate good merit, good karma. What really do you think when we say that I accumulate good karma, I accumulate negative karma? What really do you think? How? It doesn't mean it's not like kind of in a container. You can always put thing there, and you can see the container is coming. The container is feeling more and more. It's not look like that, right? So what really do you think? When we always talk about, please accumulate good karma, good action, don't, accumulate bad action. What really do you think? So, after you accumulate good merit, how you can have a good result? After, you accumulate bad action, the bad karma, how are you going to have a bad experience? So, when we say, action, there are three types of action, like body and verbal and mind. The body is action also important, the verbal action is very important. More important one is the mental action. The verbal action also depends on the mind, and the physical action also depends on the mind. The mind is more important. When we say the mental action, look at, when you meet someone who has a kind of very little problem or big or really big problem, if you have a kind of one moment of wishing to do something, that moment in your mind you got some habit, right? Habit.
Yeah.
Habit. That means you got kind of experience, like doing good thing. Sometimes you meet someone, you see something, you thought, oh, I really want to, I really hate, or I really want to do something bad. That means you got some bad habit in your minds.
Intention?
No, just it doesn't matter, intention or unintention. You got some
imprint.
No imprint, habit.
Habit. You have habit of hurting someone, or you have a habit of liking
You
someone?
got some habit in your mind.
Habit.
For example, the child don't want to kill any kind of insect. Somebody teach to the child, you must kill. He doesn't want. And he teach how to kill, first moment. Then he got some habit. The child got some habit. How to kill. The next, then he killed 2, 3. Finally, he got really bad habit to kill any kind of insect, any kind of being. From my understanding, when we say, you accumulate good karma, I mean, you put a good habit in your mind. When you say you accumulate the bad karma, that's my understanding, you saying, you got bad habit in your mind. Due to the good habit, so you're going to have a good result, good experience. Due to the bad habit, you're going to have a bad experience. It doesn't, accumulating means kind of, we can put things in somewhere, finally we can see, I have a lot of karma, I have a lot of good action. It is just my understanding. But there's not clear definition, clear idea what does mean accumulate good karma, accumulate bad karma.
In this for this school?
Any
General.
generally.
So you talk about
Yeah.
general. How do you think about how do we think opposite creating karmas or accumulating karmas?
Yeah, because the karma is not like a physical thing, right? If the karma is physical thing, then when we accumulate more and more karma, then we become more heavier and heavier, because we putting some physical things in our mind. It's not really those physical things, but of course, you already read a lot of books, so try to find the kind of definition that what does mean, accumulating, how things, because so far, just my understanding, when I say accumulate good karma, mean you put good habit in your mind. You accumulate bad karma, mean you put the bad habit in your mind. If you put only the good habit all the time, look at, then finally you become really nice person. Always put good habit. If you put one bad habit, 2, 3 more and more, finally you become really bad person. The become good person is coming through the good action. Become bad person is coming through the bad action. Due to your own motivation or due to the other people motivation. So, and also look at the karma, in Tibetan called lay. Lay is exactly action. Lay action. Action. If you have a good action, then the result must be good. If you have a bad action, the result must be bad. So here talking about what is the base of the karma, how can link the karma which is accumulated this life and the result we're going to experience the next life, maybe after 100 years, after a million years. So the Kashmir says, the continuum of the mind is the base or basis. Other people said, there's a kind of potential, the potential which is not consciousness, neither form. Only the potential can give you the result. Okay, then the next one we move. Like a seal that guarantees a loan, right? When you get loan, you have an agreement. The agreement is kind of very authentic. Is you going to get back the loan is guaranteed. That's when you accumulate good karma is guaranteed. You're going to experience. You're going to have a good experience. When you accumulate bad karma, is guaranteed you're going to have a bad experience. It's like it seals. Both mean the great exposition school and the consequence. Both this system and the consequence school said the action of body and speech have a form. Okay, the action of the body is a form. The action of the speech is also a form. The rest of the school, Chitta Mantra school, Swatantika school accept the action of the body, the action of the speech is not form. Okay, not form. According to this school and the consequent school accept the action of the body, the action of the speech are form. They say directly form, but he said they have a form. So clear, right? Both mean true. Both whom? This school, the Great Exposition School and the Consequence School, both as said, the action of body and the action of speech are form. And we said, just say directly form, not have to say have a form.
But the sentence is contradicting.
Mhm.
It says all proponents of great expositions, I mean the first sentence it says, except the Kashmiri, assert that compositional phenomena is neither form nor consciousness. So is actions of body and speech not a compositional phenomenon?
Because action of speech is kind of the body language, the body. For example, say, when you look at somebody doing kind of prayers, they're doing kind of the mudara thing, they thought this is the body action, this is action. He's not talking the action which is led through the body. When somebody recite, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Ami Devashi, you hear the sound. The sound is action. The sound is action. The body language is action. The body language is form. The sound is form. Okay, they are not, kind of, which is live imprint in the mind. They're just talking what the people see. Body action is just the body action in the body language. The speech action is when the people hear the sound is speech action. Both of them is form. So now you shouldn't kind of have a confusion, because before was talking about how you can experience the result which is accumulate karma in the previous life. How you going to experience the karma? How you going to experience the result, which is the karma you in accumulation in this moment? They say between the result, between the karma, there's something. It look like that kind of the seal, that kind of the agreement. Look like they're not saying the agreement is. Look like the agreement is the base between the result and between the action. Then next they're talking about the body is a physical body action and speech action, body karma and speech karma and mental karma. Within the three, the body karma is the form, is the body, and the speech action is the speech. Both of these form, nor kind of the imprint. So both schools saying that.
Also, Geshe, can you explain to us what is obtainer and non-wastage?
Obtainer who received. Yeah. Where which sentence?
In the middle, the last sentence of that
Kashmiri.
paragraph. Yeah.
Okay. The obtainer and the non-wastage.
Yes.
There's an obtainer means there's a kind of connection with the fruit. There's an obtainer means kind of
What does the Tibetan text say?
Pulunji Pangja. Pulunji is like that. It's a kind of agreement of the loan. Agreement of the loan is not the thing which we got loan from this one. The agreement of the loan is not the people who are going to spend. It is between the things and the people who are going to use it. Obtainer, Pulunji Pangya. Yeah, this obtainer is Tibetan. There's a Pulunji Pangya, means you got loan, then you have a agreement. The agreement's not going to wastage. sorry, So you have an agreement. Due to the agreement, you're not going to waste the money which you lend to the person. Somehow in the future, you're going to get the money due to the agreement. That means that due to the agreement, you're not going to waste the money which you borrow to the person. Abstainer, which is like a seal that, there's a obtainer and a non-wastage, the dawa, chimizawa, which is like a seal. The guarantees are loan. The next, all compounded phenomena are necessarily impermanent, but do not necessarily distinguish which
Disintegrate.
disintegrate moment by moment. So this is also same view with the Swatantratika. So all compounded phenomena are necessarily impermanent, but not necessarily disintegrate moment by moment. So it is very common view, similar with the common for the proponent of the great exposure accept the following production. There is the activity of duration and then the activity of disintegration occur. So this table is a compounded phenomena. It is impermanent, but this table is not, disintegrate moment by moment. But there's a duration which exists for a while, then finally is going to disintegrate, right? The following production, there's the activity of duration and then the activity of disintegration occur. The activity also is the same. That means the production which is after the produce, there's the activity for remain. After the remain, then they're going to disintegrate. So it is very, I think, common, same as common view, right? So next we going to go talk about, I think we already learned in the when we study about the Dura. The first we talk about the the object side. Now we need to talk about the subject side. Assertion regarding the object.
Possessor.
Possessor. Assertion of regarding object or possessor or subject. Assertion of regarding object. Possessor. This section has three parts. Assertion of regarding person. Assertion regarding of the consciousness. And trance. So we just look at the quotation. Every consciousness has an object, and thus is an object possessor. Every name of term express term, right? Term express a meaning. That is the object, and thus is the object possessor. Every person possesses object and is an object possessor in this sense. So, the term, when I say the table, you can hear the sound, you can hear the term. The here carry the meaning of table. The table is the possessor, the table is object of the term. So every consciousness, it doesn't matter mistaken mind or unmistaken mind, false mind, the quiet mind, all mind possess a particular object. It doesn't mean the object has to be existent. For example, some people can see the white snow mountain is as a yellow. The yellow snow mountain is the object of the particular as consciousness. It doesn't mean and the yellow mountain have to be exist. For example, according to this school, the ignorant perceive what? Ignorant perceive things are exist, unity, permanent, unindependent. They perceive things are like that. The thing which is exists, perceive with the three characteristics. At the reality level, the object is not exist. The ignorant, but still the ignorant perceive the object exists as a permanent, unity, and independent. So that's why all consciousness must have a object. For example, what is the object of the great compassion? Can be one sentient being can be object of great compassion, or all sentient being can be object of great compassion. So how you can able to focus all sentient being when you practice great compassion? Because you never know how many sentient beings remains on the planet, but still you can able to focus all sentient. How you can focus? How you can perceive all sentient being? Conceptually, just through the visualization. But when we say, I wish all sentient being be happy, when you said the sound, the sound carry the meaning, is all sentient being as a meaning. But you don't have to know individually. You don't have to focus individually. Even though the compassion is the great compassion, even though when you focus one particular sentient being, that moment the particular compassion is not focusing all sentient being, but still we can call the compassion is the great compassion. But that moment is focusing one particular. In general, we can call the great compassion. The next one I think we are for is quite easy. So now we need to talk about what does person. The mere collection of the mental and physical aggregates that are the base of the imputation. Imputation is an illustration of person. The mere collection of the mental and physical aggregates. These are the person, right? The collection, the mere collection of the mental and physical aggregate. He's not talking the man is the person. Also not talking about the aggregates are the person. The collection, the together is the person. On other school, some of the five, Mangurdeva, the five Samitria sub-school asset that all 5 aggregates are an illustration of person. He's not saying in the collection, he's the individually. Individually is the person.
Individual what?
Aggregate.
The 5 aggregates. Yeah, 5 aggregates. Individually, they can posit, in the 5 aggregates, each of them is person.
So a person that have 5 aggregates, there is 5 person. If individual is a person, then you have 5 person within 1 person. If you assert this way.
Can you repeat again?
It says, the school assert that all 5 aggregates are illustrations of a person.
Yeah.
All 5 is a person. So you rephrase it, you paraphrase it as individual aggregates is a person.
Yeah.
So Geshe Yonten have 5 senses. Is there 5 Geshe Yonten?
It depends. Within the 5, aggregates, not the 5 senses, 5 aggregates.
There are 5 aggregates.
Within the 5 aggregates, all 5 aggregates not function at the same time, at the same level. It's function, but not same level. When you looking at the form, at the same time you hear the sound, that moment, the eyes consciousness and the air consciousness function together, but not same level. Can be same level?
Simultaneously?
No.
Same time?
No, not same time, same level.
Sure.
Same force.
Same intensity.
Intensity mean same function.
Force. Intensity means force.
It sounds like intensity. Can anybody paraphrase intensity? What are the words for intensity? Degree of degree of power.
Yeah.
So it's
Kind
like
of
you
not
are
function
more
as a same
working-
power, not working at the same
Yeah, it's the intensity.
intensity. So
Still, even at different intensity, both are occurring at the same time, simultaneously. Different-
occurring same time, functioning same time, but
different.
they're functioning not functioning, how do you say this? That moment one of is more powerful than others,
So they're not equal.
not equal.
Yes.
Which one is more powerful or more strong at that moment? That again is a person.
Yeah.
So when you are watching a movie, with a sound, so the looking is a person, the hearing is not a person. So when you are
So what are the 5 aggregates?
Sorry?
What are the 5 aggregates?
Uh,
You shouldn't mix 5 aggregates and 5 senses. Form,
feeling,
so you move form,
Discrimination.
Feeling.
discrimination,
so you propose,
actions,
yeah.
Form.
Form,
Consciousness.
no.
discrimination, mental consciousness. 色受想行识. Sorry, I memorized in Mandarin.
Form, feeling, discrimination, and the
Discriminating factors and consciousness.
yeah, they are the 5 aggregates. So so when I'm carry very heavy luggage, that moment my form aggregates is more important than the other. That moment, this form is the person.
So when you are carrying a heavy load, walking up the stairs and you are walking on the road, concentrate. So the carrying is no longer, so it switch between between the load, the eye.
Yeah.
It jumps from one sense to the other.
Yeah. Also is saying, the example is very nice, I think it's still, oh yes, okay, I think just stop here. For example, I'll give the example. There's a monkey in a in the house, in the room. The room has a 5 window. He is very short, and when the monkey looking from the eastern window, they can call the eastern monkey. when the monkey looking the west window, we can call the western monkey, but the monkey is jumping here and there. So the person is, you are saying moving from one eye gate to another. But then the monkey is not looking at the same time from the 5 windows. That means the 5 eye gate is not functioning same power. Okay, I think just we leave it here.